Hey friend, welcome to the Coach B Experience podcast. We have another action-packed, value-stacked, real and raw episode for you. Remember, it does not benefit you to just listen. I want you to remember three things. Take fast action, get a result, and grow from your experiences. You have power in your choice. Let's dive into today's experiences. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Coach B Experience. I have Jaquez J. Jackson here with me, the all-star trainer himself. What's up, Jay?
What's up, brother? What's going on, man? Appreciate it for having me.
Hey, no worries, man. I thank you for saying yes. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to handle any objections. Jay was pretty simple. He was like, yeah, let's do it. So so here we are. But, Jay, while we dive in, tell us, how's your day going?
Man, it's phenomenal, man. I've been up since about 6 a.m., working with a couple of online coaching clients, helping them out with their meal plan, and just getting the week off on the right track, Yeah. And that's it so far, man.
Nice. Jay, I gotta ask, what's your view on Mondays? Most people hate Mondays because they're going to a job, or some of them, they have a business online, like you do. But what's your view on Mondays?
Man, to be honest, I love Mondays.
Why so?
Because it's like that's when the momentum starts. Like Monday is like that day where you get geared up for the week, and it's like everything else is a domino effect based on Monday. It's just a ripple effect. And so the things that you set in stone for that week, whatever goals you want to set for yourself for that particular week, it starts on Monday. Like you set some things on Sunday, but on Monday it's like, boom, execute. And, that's why I love it, man. But, I'm still human. I have those days where I'm like, I got to go right back at it on Monday.
True. I hear
it. But it's awesome. The adrenaline, and just when you have like tasks and things that you're working towards, it makes it a lot easier. And because you have things to focus on and look forward to.
No, very much so. Very true. So, Jay, let the people know. So what is it that you do, and what do you specialize in?
Okay, so I specialize in helping high performers, entrepreneurs, guys that want to go out and build a business, or even some guys that are like I train some sports news anchors on like NBA TV Live. And so I train these people that want more out of life. These are not the people that want to be the average guy. But they want to be able to have like some type of eating structure and some type of blueprint on what they need to do in the gym, and so that they can, go out and perform with confidence. Knowing that they have the appearance that fits the whatever it is that they do. And
True.
So they can go out and impact more people. And so that's what I do. I coach these high performers to just go out and make more impact and be happy while they do it.
So, Jay, how did you find yourself in this kind of like line of work? Like, how did that like, fall on your lap? Or did you was it like a moment, or was it kind of like you always knew you wanted to do this?
To be honest, I grew up wanting to be in the NFL,
Nice.
I wanted to be that guy that, I grew up watching Terrell Davis playing for the Denver Broncos and Jamal Anderson playing with the Atlanta Falcons. And so that was my childhood dream growing up. But, throughout the whole journey of me growing up and going to college, after I got to college, there was just a whole nother level of just how guys were just jacked and big and fast. And I was like, man, I think this is my last go round, Yeah. Even though it hurt that I wasn't able to accomplish the goals that I wanted to get to, far as being in the NFL, I found myself wanting to help like other guys like myself and children that want to play sports. And so that's what led to me becoming a personal trainer. And I did that for a couple of years, traveled to a couple of different like condos and people's homes, training them. And then I noticed that I was burning out as a trainer because I was stretching my time so thin, and I was just working around the clock, like 5 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. And I just really didn't have the life that I had expected I would have. I didn't have any happiness. I didn't, my health wasn't good as a trainer because I was focusing on, just training all day and trying to make ends meet financially. But since then, about 3 years ago, I got a gym out here in Buckhead, Atlanta, and I started training people and scaled my business up. Got me a mentor, got me a coach.
Nice.
And I made a pretty steep investment in myself. Where I come from, you don't think about investing in a mentor for you to elevate yourself. You think, okay, well, I just need to work hard. But working hard for me wasn't working. I was making ends meet, but every single month it was the same thing over again. It was like, man, I'm working hard, but I still don't see my bank account just making the progress like I would have expected it to with the effort I was putting in. And I was looking at, other gyms that were highly successful. I'm like, man, they're not out passing out flyers in front of the mall and in front of Whole Foods like I am. There's something else. There's something else to it. And that's when I took that step to start investing in myself and get coaches and buy courses and things like that. And after just training at the gym, I started to notice that I wanted to make more impact. I started to notice that people on social media, they started to catch fire that, I was helping people. And I was like, man, how can I make more of an impact besides having people just to come to my gym? And that's when I started doing remote coaching and helping guys all over the United States and even in some other countries, just giving them a clear blueprint on what they need to do in the gym and in the kitchen to get the results that they want, and so they can go out and make the impact that they want to have.
I love it. I love it. So I love that the term of like impact keeps coming up. For you, why is impact such a big, why is that the word? Why is impact the word for you? Why not passion? Why not destiny? Like, why does the word impact keep coming, at the forefront of your tongue when you speak?
Impact to me is like serving, like I do a lot of personal development nowadays. I listen to the Tony Robbins. I listen to tons of different podcasts. And one of the things that I look at that high performers look to do is have a big impact. And I look at myself as being a high performer. So I'm in that same realm as the people that I help. And so one of the things that we want to do, we want to be happy. We want to be confident. We have to be confident to go out and create impact. But the impact is being able to serve other people, and that starts with ourselves, like once we build and develop ourselves, now we're able to go out and serve, whether it's our family members, whether it's our friends, our circle, and even the people that we influence. We can't positively influence and impact other people if we haven't helped ourselves and developed ourselves. And so that's what I mean by that, is just going out and serving people and just taking your best foot forward, just giving your best foot forward and not just settling for what you do have. Just always continuing to better yourself so you can give more and more and continue to grow.
I love that. I love what you just said about, first serving yourself, then others. Especially this podcast is mainly focused for single men. When it comes to the idea of going to the gym and building yourself and, you working specifically with men, what have you found that's the difference between like the average man and the high performance man, or the man that wants to make an impact? Like what's the key difference? Or maybe there are some more key differences, but what's the thing that you've noticed that like makes or break a man? You know what I mean? From being an average man to being an impactful man.
I would have to say self-awareness.
Self-awareness. All right.
Self-awareness and just understanding who they are, because if you don't understand who you are and what and why you want to accomplish certain things, you're just doing certain things for other people, But when you become aware of like why you want to lose weight or why you want to have a six-pack, whatever it is, there's a certain look that most guys want to have. And it's for a reason, and once they figure out why that reason is, and they're going to have to ask themselves that question, like why, about 5 or 6 times. And ultimately it's going to come down to, hey, I want to have a massive amount of confidence. I don't want to feel limited on the things that I can accomplish in my life.
Yeah.
And like definitely as a single guy, we want to go out and be able to, step to whatever one we want to step to without feeling like we my head is kind of big, my body's slim, you know. Yeah. She's not gonna want to talk to me. She's gonna want to talk to this dude, you know. And that used to be me. I used to be the guy with the big head, slim body, and I didn't have all these muscles I do now, and my confidence used to be low. And so once you become aware of why you want certain things, and like I said, it's that confidence, and when you have that confidence, you're gonna attract different things into your life. You're gonna attract, you know, the woman that you want. You're gonna attract, you know, the type of business that you want, the revenue you want to have, and just the abundance in life that you want to have. And that's what I see the biggest difference is, like having that self-awareness, and so that you can really start to see a clear path on where you want to get to.
No, I love that. I think the one thing I think us, especially as single men, what we need to do is once we have that like self-awareness piece, and we're using that day to day, not only in our body, but then you talked about confidence, right? And then you didn't have the body that you have now, the muscles that you have now. Once you started transforming and you started getting this body, did the confidence follow as well? Like, was it all instant? Like, okay, now I have the body, like boom, now I have all this confidence, or did you have to do more work to get the confidence as well? Or was it just all instantaneous?
Right. Now this is going to be fun. I'm glad you asked that, man, because at first I thought the same thing. I was like, man, once I get this body, I'm going to get everything I want in my life.
Yeah.
Even though it does give you a boost of self-confidence, it's not going to give you everything right away. And that's why I say self-awareness, because self-awareness starts with your mindset. And once you really develop your mindset and just start loving yourself for not just your body, not just the external, but also the internal and just your mind. Yeah. That's when you start to truly see the things start coming together for you in your life, you know? And you know, a lot of guys, I'm pretty sure that, you know, are going to be listening to your podcast, or they listen to your podcast right now. Like we all want the most out of life. And that starts with like developing ourselves. We have to love ourselves, you know, forgive ourselves for the faults that we've had in the past, and so that we can continue to move forward. Because a lot of times with mindset, we create these limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves and what we can accomplish based off of our past and previous experiences, or even the environment that we grew up in. And so the body, like accomplishing that physique that you want to have, yeah, that's great. But I know a lot of swole, masculine cut guys that are broke.
Yeah.
And it's because of their mindset, you know, and how they perceive themselves to be, how they look at themselves. And once you create that, once you understand and you become aware of who you are and what you want to ultimately accomplish in life, it makes everything a lot better, and you create momentum, and you create abundance, and you just create more fulfillment in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. The last piece you said about that fulfillment, creating more fulfillment. I think as men, we're really seeking that fulfillment, right? As single, I think we really try to, if we had a void in us, we try to fill it with all these things. And we believe that, all right, if I get this body, I'm gonna have this confidence. If I do this, I'm gonna get this. It's really like, we feel like it's like an X and Y result, when it really just starts with like, if I just start being more self-aware of why I want these things and what I'm attracting, then it's gonna come to me, and I'm gonna be able to realize, okay, this is why I want this. Now I can work harder. And in your life now, what are you doing to kind of keep your mind sharp and keep you going?
Oh man, on a daily basis, I do personal development. You know, every single day I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm reading an audio book, you know, and if for all the guys that are watching, you know, you see the books behind me. So I do a ton of personal development, and I've learned that to be comfortable just being in my thoughts on what I need to do to move forward. You know, what's going to allow for me to become better, and so that I can add value to other people and the guys that want to that want to follow me. You know, I look at, like I said earlier, the impact. I focus on like bettering myself and developing myself on a daily basis, and so I can continue to, you know, regurgitate new information to help the guys that I influence with, not just, hey, how to diet and meal plan and work out, but also how to, you know, hack into your mindset and so that you can go out and continue to make an impact and just continue to.
No, I love that. I love that. And then Jay, also with both of us being Black men, right? How do we? And I asked you this question before, but I want you to say it again. You say it so elegantly before when I asked you. It was, with that belief of, hey, no one looks like me. I'm in this space. There's no one that looks like me. No one that's dominating like me. That whole frame of mind of like, in our community, in the Black community, there's no one that's doing what we're doing. So how do you overcome that barrier of, well, I'm just a Black man? Like, how do you overcome that and look at yourself and say, okay, I can't accomplish this. I'm going to set the tone. What lights a fire in you to make you go out there and overcome that barrier of being Black?
Well, one of the things for me is everyone has somebody that they're going to influence, whether it be your little cousins that look up to you, you have an obligation, you have a duty and an obligation to go out and help and influence the people that follow you in a positive way, whether it's one person, 5 people, or 10 people. And now my mindset is all about continuing to serve and impact people. And so even if it's 5 people, it's like, what can I continue to do to go out and inspire and help those people? And if you're doing the right things, it's going to be a ripple effect. You're going to get more and more people that you're going to attract into your web of influence.
Nice.
And I've noticed, just by continuing to post things on social media, that more and more people continue to say, wow, this guy, he isn't just, fitness and personal training and just nutrition and workout. He's mindset, he's being real. And everybody is going to notice that, hey, he's not like everybody else. He's his own person. He has his own beliefs, and people are going to follow you for you. People are going to follow you for the way that you say it. Because a lot of people have said, hey, you need to work out and eat healthy. But there's a reason why people choose me over other personal trainers, because I'm saying it the way that I'm saying it, my life experiences, my stories, and we all have our own story that people are going to resonate with. And when you can go out and be vulnerable, when you share your different experiences and let people know, hey, I'm not this God just on Instagram or social media. Like, I'm just like you, I've been broke before, or I've had struggles with dieting or nutrition. I've had these different struggles. I've been through the uncomfortable moments of not being confident in myself. And once people feel like they can relate to you, then they're like, okay, I like where this guy's going. I see that he was at one point in his life and now he's progressed. So he's figured something out. And once you can show people that, hey, this guy's growing and he's willing to help, people will follow you, whether you're black, green, white, or yellow.
True. No, I love it. So, I have this philosophy about men where we're 4 parts. We're mind, body, soul, and money. And we touched on mind, we touched on body. What do you do for your soul? Like, how do you nurture that? And how do you get that going for you on a daily basis?
Man, soul for me is everything. It's like just having a clear thought, clear conscience. Always, whenever I'm on social media, I don't hide things. If I'm going to eat a pancake or a burger, I'm going to show it. Like, hey guys, this is what I do. Even as a coach, like a lot of coaches and trainers, they try to hide it. And when you do things like that, it makes you feel like you have to be something that you're not. And that's not a good feeling when you have to go to social media and completely be somebody different. It's just not going to feel right in your soul. And another thing is just understanding what it is that you want out of life. And so the things that you do on a daily basis, it should align with those things, and along with that, I must say you have to be comfortable just being by yourself sometimes. I know that a lot of single guys follow your podcast. And so I've found over the past 2 to 3 years, just saying, okay, I'm not going to go out today. It's okay if I don't go to the bar. It's okay if I don't go on a vacation,
Spending time with yourself. Like it.
Right. And you just got to take time for yourself and just be in silence. Like don't listen to anything. Give yourself 5 or 10 minutes. And this one thing has helped me out with not only just having more comfort in my thoughts, but also just more, how can I say it? It's just more self, when you can be in silence and be okay with just pure silence. I started buying candles just so I can have a candle lit. I smell the scent and I'm just quiet. I'm laying back. I'm focusing on reflecting on everything that I'm grateful for. And when I do these things, it allows for me to like just have a comfort and just, it just allows for me to have a, how can I say it? I don't have any regrets or anything. I don't have any like, I don't feel guilty about doing anything because I just know the things that I'm doing for me. And as I can reflect on the things I've done in the past and the things that I'm grateful for, it allows for me to say, okay, I know where I'm going now. I just have a clear focus. I'm clear. It's just such a great feeling. So one thing I would say for all of the guys that are listening is this: you got to get out of your mind sometimes, and you have to relax. Even if you haven't accomplished the things that you want to accomplish yet, you have to become very aware and very comfortable just being in your own space.
Yep.
And it just helps your soul a lot, man. It helps your spirit. It helps your energy.
Yeah. No, I definitely like what you said about being comfortable with yourself and spending time with you and being able to just reflect. I think that point of like lighting a candle and just being intentional, to me, I just saw the fact of you just being intentional and making a point to just breathe in and that scented candle and just be like, this is what I'm grateful for. And then having that intention to really be there and just be in that moment. I think that's so impactful. And last, and real quick, before we log off here, money. Like on a daily basis, what are you doing besides working your business? You know what I mean? Like, is there any mindset things that you're doing that you had to break, or what is it you're doing to kind of, work that money piece in your life?
Okay. So far as like moving the needle up, like what type of things?
Yes. Yeah, definitely so. Moving the needle up. Thank you for that patience.
Absolutely. So anything, like a couple of things I've learned from, when I was growing up, man, I didn't have a lot of guys around me or just many influences about, hey, how do I build my finances? How do I make more money? But one thing that I started to do was I started to look at the successful people. What are they doing? And one thing I love now is you have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have podcasts. And when you follow the successful people, you start to notice trends. And the trends that I started to notice was you have to be intentional. Whatever it is that you want to do, you have to be intentional. And so on a daily basis, I'm very intentional on whatever goal that I want to accomplish. What tasks do I need to do to lead up to me accomplishing that goal? And so whether it be I'm doing a live video every single day, or I'm going to post on Instagram 4 or 5 days a week. I'm going to do a certain amount of sales calls every single day, and I think some people, they look at sales calls as being bad, but sales calls is actually transformational. When you're doing sales, like you're transforming somebody's thoughts, you're breaking their limiting beliefs and ultimately showing them that, hey, you can accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in your life. And so I feel like sales is so important because we truly do move the needle in the economy as salespeople, and those are things that I focus on. It's like, hey, I got to promote. Hey, I gotta make money, so I gotta sell, and then also I have to do the fulfillment. I got to make sure that people actually get the results. And so another term that people use in business, because you may not be in the line of my business, what I do as a health coach, people focus on the key performance indicators, KPIs.
Yeah.
So,
I love those.
Right. So what are your KPIs in your business on how you move the needle forward? And whatever it is, start focusing on the things that actually matter and stop worrying about the things that are not going to move the needle, the tedious things that we can outsource. And so you just focus on your superpowers to get the needle moving.
I like that. No, I definitely like that. So, Jay, before we go, tell everybody, where can they find more information about you and what you're doing?
Awesome. So the easiest place to find me is going to be on Instagram. I'm on there a lot. That is Instagram is going to be at JAY Jackson Official, at J Jackson Official on Instagram. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to have that below in the show notes for you guys. Don't worry. You don't have to remember all that. No, I love it. So, Jay, before you go real quick, what is one thing that you want all men to know?
Man, I have so much.
I know, right? You have so much. There's only one thing.
I would have to say, just love yourself, man. Start loving yourself, and that will be my biggest thing, and start worrying about the things that you're not good at, and don't worry about what other people think, but start loving yourself in a way of how can you make yourself better? And if you focus on doing those things on a daily basis, you ultimately get to where you want to be.
Nice. Jay, I appreciate you coming out, brother. Definitely have to have you back on again, but I know everyone else appreciates. So guys, like I always say, you heard some good information here, but don't just listen to this, implement what you hear. Go back, listen to this 3-4 times, take one thing, implement it this week, and then we're going to have another show for you next week. But this week, focus on implementing just one thing you heard, and I promise you, you're going to be on a better path in your life. All right? All right, everyone. Peace. Hey, my good friend. Thank you for listening. Reviews matter, so please leave us a review so other amazing people just like you can find us and listen to us. Also, remember to join us in our free Facebook group so we can build a real relationship and get to know each other. And you will find other extraordinary men and women on similar journey as you. Do not forget, take action on just one thing you heard today. Get a result from that and grow from your experience from that result. You have power in your choice. Until next time, my good friend, I'll see you later. This is Coach B.